All right, we're recording. Yay! It's recording.
Awesome. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday night Zoom call. And sorry for the technical difficulties. Thank you all for being on. I'm so glad we get to record this because tonight is our celebration call. That the first of every month, we want to celebrate people that move up to a different rank and advance. The ranks sometimes, it's not like a grade in school. It's really a marker of how many people we are serving. And so I'm really excited to introduce, we have new managers, new senior coaches, and can't wait to share their success with all of you and those of you that watch the recording later. So Sandy, Bruce, I want to congratulate you. We can't know if you made manager or associate director. There was a little bit of a conflict there, or figuring out, but I think you made associate director without you realizing it. So can you share about what do you think you attribute your success to?
Well, I think putting my mind to doing it. When I first came into this, I was skeptical. I did not.
Sandy, you're a little hard to hear.
Okay. Is that any better?
It looks like you've muted your audio.
I'm not muted. I turned up the full volume. Oh, wait a second. Wait.
There. How's that?
Perfect.
Okay. All right. When I first started out, I was skeptical because I never considered myself a salesy person, and so I kind of went into this tentatively. And when I discovered that I actually was starting to help people, can you hear that feedback? I took my iPad near the room, and I'm hearing my voice. Okay. When I finally realized that I am actually helping people, and they want me to be there, and they want me to share in their successes and everything, and I realized it wasn't selling, it was just listening to them and hearing their story and finding out where I can help them. And just being myself. So once I got that into my head, I could just be myself. Things just started falling in place, and that just motivated me to put more and more effort into it. So that's, it's working. I've had such extraordinary success on the program, and I guess that excitement carries over when I talk to my clients because I know it'll work for them. Wait, you're muted.
Yep, I muted. I love what you said because it is true that we think that sometimes people that are really good, except for Jonathan, who has training skills, but is an empathetic person. Sometimes when we have too many sales skills, like you can sell the program, but someone's got to be ready. So it is more about learning to share, learning to listen, learning to be a part of someone's life as opposed to talking them into it, being good at something. So I love the place that you're coming from because I know that, that's exactly how it works. And I love that you are just yourself because it took me probably about 8 years to get that. So you're right ahead of the game. So thanks for all that you do. Is there anybody that's special that you've been sharing with, or that a great success story that, how it came about that was can inspire us?
Well, I have one client that I'm really interested in helping along because she's an old friend of mine back in our Weight Watchers days when we were all doing that. I've known her about probably 15 years. And she has well over 100 pounds to lose, and she's a nurse. And of course, being a nurse, when she does her weekend back-to-back shifts, she's on her feet constantly and going. And it would wear her out so much that it would take her 3 or 4 days to recover. So she was really kind of at the end of her rope when I talked with her, and not really convinced that nothing was going to help her. And so we just talked about it, and I kind of talked her through a few things and worked on goal setting and picturing how she would feel in her healthy body, how that would impact her life. And she, again, kind of skeptical going into it, but after her first month, she's down 25 pounds, and she's found she's has a lot more stamina on the job, and she is really, really happy with this. So I love seeing that 180-degree turnaround from somebody who kind of was a little skeptical going into it, and wow, it works.
You know, I love that. I love being able, you know, because I think when anyone takes a journey with us and embarks on something new, you know, they are all skeptical. We all have fear. Like, is this going to be one more thing that didn't work for us? And we all, everyone who takes a step with us, I love more than anything else that we deliver what we promise. And if someone takes a step with us, they, you know, and that gains trust. And I love that. And even they don't believe us, that they're not going to be hungry, they're not going to have cravings, that they're going to have more energy. You know, they never believe it. And then it's like so cool when it actually happens. So thank you so much, Sandy. I'm sure we're hearing more from you.
Thanks, Susan.
Thank you. Hey, Becky, how are ya? Can you unmute yourself?
Hey, how are you? Sorry.
How are you? Congratulations, you made manager this month.
Thank
So
you.
what do you attribute your success to?
I've been working really hard to get that. So a couple things, just like what Sandra was talking about. I have planted the seeds with my best friend back a year ago, and we went on our girls trip in June, and then she's been texting me on and off, and finally she was just like, you know, I mean, this is my best friend since like middle school, and she's like, you know, I've tried everything, and you know, I've failed at everything, and I have just seen all the positive changes you've made in the last year, and you know, I just wanted that inspiration that you have. And I was like, I can walk alongside of you, I can help you. And it's just finally the seed. I mean, granted, I planted it a year ago, but it finally has flourished. And she started program, so I told her I would start program back with her, and I did. So like last Monday, I started 5 and 1 again with her, and so she's been. I mean, it's just difficult to coach, but we're getting there, and she's changing her mindset has been like a bigger thing for her, and the skepticism, because just like everybody says, you know, she's just gone through all that, but that was one of my biggest changes. But really just getting myself back. I had kind of slacked the last couple of months, not gonna lie, just because of everything else going through with my mom, and just taking the last couple of months off. I myself was like, okay, I'm done. Like I can't do this. Like I don't like the way I feel. I don't like the way I look. And I mean, I don't have a lot to lose. I have like 7 pounds, but still, like I wanted to get that off before it goes too far the other way. And I went to had Nicole do my body fat, and I was up, and I was like, okay, that's it. I'm done. Like that. I'm starting 5 and 1 on Monday, and I did. And last week I lost 4.8 pounds, and people, you know, then my other neighbors were like, what's going on? And people have been planted seeds for a year ago as well. So it's like 3 seeds I planted a year ago finally flourished. And that just kind of got my momentum, the wind beneath my wings again, kind of. And I'm excited again to be focused and trying to help people, and really realize that that's what I really miss. Being a nurse, like in the hospital and stuff, that patient care. And this allows me to walk alongside my friends right now that have just started, and helping change the mindset, and not quote unquote seeing it as a failure. And I'm working on mindset changes, mainly with a couple of these people that have just started, because they see it as pass or fail, or, you know, like that's good and that's bad. I'm like, no, like we don't have to do it that way, you know. And just encouraging them, and it's encouraged myself. And so it's just kind of got me all excited again, and I'm glad to be back.
Oh, Becky, what a great story. I mean, it is about planting seeds in the good soil. And then I love what you're helping your friend, and then she inspired you.
Yeah.
And that's how it works. I feel like I learn more from my clients and coaches than they learn from me, for sure. And so I love how that works. And then it starts momentum. And I love that intrinsically helping people, that was your passion for your profession. And you're finding an avenue for that in this wellness. So there's sky's the limit when you're, intrinsically motivated to help people like you are. So yay.
Yay.
And we hope it's do better. I think the first place to start is with us. And when we're on track, then everything flows from there. If we're walking the walk and talking the talk, we just, like kind of Sandy said the same thing. We just attract people, and they can, and that's one thing I have to say, that if we're not stable, if our stake's not dug deep in the ground, how is anybody, because they're already skeptical, they already don't know if it's going to work, how can they come along with us if we don't have both feet in our health path, or that we know that we're moving forward with them? And like you say, walking alongside of them, doing it with them. We don't have to be perfect. We don't have to be. But I just love that, Becky. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. How are you? You're made senior coach last year. No, I can't unmute you. Sandy, you'll have to unmute.
Who am I unmuting? Who am I unmuting?
Is it my turn, Susan?
Okay, gotcha. Okay, Linda, you're good. Are you good?
Yeah, I think so. Can you hear me?
I sure can. Awesome.
Okay.
All right. Well, so you couldn't be on with us last month, and then you
Right.
also manager this month. So Dee just speaks so highly of what, how you're progressing and growing. So can you tell us a little bit about what you attribute your success to?
Sure. I don't know. I feel like finally I'm learning how to be a better listener. It's taken some time, but I don't know. I feel like in the beginning, I haven't been doing this long, but I was too focused on making sure I was getting the details of the program right and, telling that piece of the story correctly. And I don't think I was really listening, and I wasn't really able to get people to open up. And I think I'm starting to maybe relax a little bit more and get people to, tell me a little bit more about the why and, what they want to accomplish. And I'm also finding that I'm finding some more ways to actually start conversations in a more natural way. That's just kind of coming up for me. Just if I bump into someone who notices that I've lost a little bit of weight, that happens really easily. And the retirement conversation really happens well, because I'm, retired, and I'll bump into people that I'll say, like, what are you doing to fill your days? And like, oh, well, I was already doing my tutoring and subbing, but now I've got this new gig. Let me tell you about this. So that's kind of, it's happening. I feel like I'm able to talk about it a little bit more comfortably and moving along with that.
So awesome. I love that. And that's so cool when you can start those conversations or be interested. What are you having fun with?
Oh, I did something really cool this month. I actually did a presentation, which was, whoa, it was a lot of work to get it going, just because I really had to be proactive and plan ahead of time. The Jazzercise studio where I work out, the two owners, they were so nice and so supportive of, me having this business that I was trying to get going. And of course, fitness people were all on the same page. And they let me pick a day in September where I could spread the word and invite people to come in. And I actually had 9 people show up, which was great. I know, it was nice. And it was, I was a little nervous. And it wasn't really a whole lot different than back to school night, except with people that were my friends and that I'm comfortable with. So that was kind of good practice for me again, telling about our program in that kind of a forum. It was great. So I signed up one new person, but it really has started a lot of chatter. People that couldn't make the program that day have been talking to me since then. I've had a couple of phone calls since then. So I think the word is starting to spread, and I think that was a good thing. I liked doing the presentation. That was kind of fun. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Awesome. And then you have that now that you have the presentation, like you can do it anywhere in different venues, correct?
Yeah, I do. I feel like I've kind of ironed out the bugs and I know what worked. And Dee was wonderful in just, teaching me how to just ask a few questions and get a little bit of a relaxed conversation started. So I'm just taking her advice and moving forward with that.
So how did you get the people? So who did you invite and how did you get the word out? What
I did was I invited all of the women that participate in these aerobic dance classes at the Jazzercise studio. So I had some little postcards printed up that had just a few questions on, more like focused toward people who exercise, like, are you exercising and not getting the results you want? Are you looking for a better way? And I just put the date and the time and a little picture of myself on it, because there's a lot of people that maybe know your face but don't know your name. So, and I just left them on the table outside of the door where everybody comes in to exercise with a little sign that said, take one. So I got the chatter going on that. And another wonderful thing is one of my most successful clients is a Jazzercise instructor. And she's down about 30 pounds. We've been watching her transform, and she's having such a successful journey. And she's just really enjoying it along the way. And everybody's watching her get smaller and smaller every day. So I had like a great advocate for me right there, just to, everybody wants to look like her now. So.
Oh, that is such a cool story. Thanks for sharing that, because we can all do something like that. But I love that there was, you were a teacher, so you know how to do that. And it just came, and that, people in your community are supporting you. And you're having, looks like you're having so much fun with it. Like, it's contagious.
I am. I'm having a great time, and it was really wonderful. How many people were supportive and encouraging, and just just understanding that we just want to help people and just get this going and get the word out there.
I just love it. Well, I'm sure we're going to hear from you again next month or next couple months for sure. So thanks for sharing that with us.
Sure, thanks.
All right, will you bring us home, Mr. Cherry? Let's see, you're going to have to unmute yourself. And you have, last month was your first month to reach senior coach. And I wanted you to share today because you hit senior coach by the 15th of the month. So really wanted to just give you a shout out. And, it didn't come easy to you. I mean, I think it was a year before you made senior coach. And now you're, there's a momentum. And so I just wanted you to share about what this month was like, what you attribute your success.
Well, this month hasn't really been any different than any other month. My success is basically attributed to the patients. I explain to people, they said, what happened? What did you do? How come you're so thin? I explained to them the program that I'm on, and I asked them, I said, are you interested? What do you want? And so then I just sit back and listen to them. And some of them, they really don't know what they want, and others, they just pour it all out there. My latest two clients, I've been talking with him for a while now, And it's a gentleman that I work with, and the only reason he's doing it is because the doctor told him you're borderline diabetic. So the first week he got on it, his sugars dropped way down. And so far, he's lost 29 pounds in 5 weeks. He's just tickled pink. And
Well, that's
so
awesome. Yeah.
plus, I'm getting a little more confident with myself about talking to people about it. And make a long story short, I used Take Shape for Life to get me out of a speeding ticket the other day. But
Well, there you
the
go.
police, yeah, there was a police officer who was interested. He saw my pictures on the window of my pickup truck and asked me about it. So, but that was nice. And
Well, that's pretty fun. I gotta tell you, that's you know, I'm just so pleased because again, it's that perseverance. I keep walking the walk and make a difference for so many people. But I will say, what everyone shared tonight is that it gets, when we relax, it's like we have to work hard. There's no question. We have to get out a little out of our comfort zone. But when we relax, things flow to us easier. It's more about being ourselves and listening more to other people than it is thinking that we have to know everything. So in some ways, it can become so much easier. And y'all have all modeled that, and I can't thank you enough. And I think I see Julie and Dee got all, they thought it was at 8:30. I'm sorry, I didn't have time to post it again. There was a reminder on Team Palace. So we do have it recorded. We're going to try and get it recorded up. We had a little technical difficulties, but anyone, yeah, we did. Anyone else? What I wanted to share just briefly, and I'm just going to talk maybe a minute because I don't have anything really to share. The income disclosure statement that was put up yesterday. I talked to it is a document that the SEC has to, that they have for all direct selling companies. They have to have something like that. It's not used for marketing purposes. They don't have any idea. It's anybody who was ever a coach during 2015. So they don't know how many coaches it was, and or you know if they were a coach for a day. If they, didn't renew, if they did renew. So the numbers are not very clear. Oh, everyone's thinking it's 8:30. I'm so sorry. We had a great call. God, we missed you guys. It was so good. I know, I'm bummed. It's like, everyone's great. So anyway, we, the document, we have to take it with us if we're explaining the business opportunity, but don't use it for marketing. It has no bearing on what you can do. It's just some numbers that they put together, and I don't think it makes much sense. Anyway, so that's all I know, that it's just a document that needs to be for regulatory purposes. And I don't know that we can use it to guide us the way we used to be able to use the other document. Does anyone have any questions? Well, I am sorry that the time change. I know, and we'll get that video posted so y'all can see. It was great, and so thank you all for all you do, making such a difference in my life and so many others. Good night, everybody.